We're going to get right to it. We got Tahaka Bay, Noble Drew Ali. We got Brother Minister Eric Muhammad and Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad facing off, going up against each other. In these critical times, when the Caucasian is making havoc all over the planet. This is your elder brother Blacklight with the flavor that's saving the kind of knowledge you won't get in college. So we're going to just wait before we get started because this might be a three-part so I want, you know, if they notify you, to let you know that I'm back. I've been gone for about 3 months. Now, this is how you can tell, even though I don't get many views and don't get many subscriptions. This is how you can tell that I must be making a little bit of noise or having some effect. It's not about how many that tune in to you or subscribe to you. It's about what you really say, because YouTube has control over everything. And this is how you can tell that I must be saying something that's effective and really telling the truth, because they kicked me off the air for 90 days. Seems like every other month I'm getting kicked off the air. You understand what I'm saying? I just got my 90 days just up. And so I said, well, let me hurry up and get on here, because there's a whole lot of things that I want to say to those, my subscribers and those that's tuning in for the first time. Since I've been off the air, Donald Trump then got shot. But I predicted that. When you go back into my last videos, I told you that they want to shoot Donald Trump or silence him. That's why he was going through so many trials. Now, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump's. No, I'm not a fan of Joe Biden, a Democrat or Republican. No, I'm not neither one. I don't vote. You say, why you don't vote? Because I recognize the fact that my ancestors they was in a Holocaust coming over here to America. And then after the Holocaust, put in slave camps, plantations, but they ain't never slave camps. But they were put through a process of taking their minds, their culture, their God, their language, their names away from them. You see what I'm saying? So now who did this? The Caucasian. And in the process of him putting us into making us slaves and killing us, hanging us on trees, he was slaughtering the Indians and taking their land, just like he's doing now. He go through the same process all the time. But see, I'm not afraid of him. And this is why they kicked me off the air. Because, they kicked me off the air just last time because they say I was teaching hate teachings. I'm teaching the truth. Now, when you go into the Bible, even Jesus said that they were trying to kill him. That's right. I'm not going to go to the scriptures that say that or the verses that say that. But Jesus said they were trying to kill him. Now, on the next show, I'm going to give you receipts, as y'all say. I'm going to show you where in the Bible, Jesus said the Jews, he was supposed to go to a town, but he said he found out that the Jews was laying for him and was going to try to kill him. So he didn't go to that town. He went to another one. The Jews. The Jews is in the news now. Now, a lot of people can't talk against the Jews because they going to say you anti-Semitic. But these is European Jews, And y'all should know the history of that. But so many of the young people, see, I keep telling y'all, I'm 78. And a lot of people don't like old people. A lot of young people don't like old people. But if you want to be 78, don't you? Don't you want to get to be my age? Well, you better start liking old people so you can get to be my age, So I see people here what I'm talking about. First, when I first opened up, I had 14 in the room. See, they don't they closed down my comment section. See, I don't take money. I don't have no Cash App or nothing like that. I don't take money. Because I'm telling the truth. And the important thing is to get the truth out to the youngest, because the truth should be told and not sold. That's all I'm talking about. But let me talk about what I came to talk about today. You got Tahaka Bay to my right, the Noble Drew Ali. And to my left, you got Allah and the person Master Farad Muhammad and brother Minister Eric Muhammad. Now the enemy, the reason why he conquers so tough, he divides and conquers. He divides and conquers. Now you got Master Farad Muhammad, when he was teaching the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, told the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that Noble Drew Ali was a righteous brother. Marcus Garvey was a righteous brother. But they just didn't have enough science. And so they had a smell or whiff of the truth. But they were righteous brothers. And they are the forerunners of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad always talks about that. Noble Drew Ali was the first one to call us Asiatic. Now, Tahaka Bay want to say that Master Farad Muhammad plagiarized the teachings. and flipped it on them, flipped the script. And I always say that Tahaka Bay is an agent. We're going to get into, if you tune in tomorrow, we're going to get into, I'm going to show you parts of his video. He's debating with Brother Eric Muhammad, but this is what I want to get into. I never took donations or anything like that. I mean, I don't knock those that take donations and everything, but there are those that take donation or charge you some kind of money to bring you their program or their show to entertain you. But I'm not entertaining you. I'm trying to save your life. Because this is what's going to happen after this election. I've been accurate so far. See, Joe Biden, he has a whole lot of criminal activity that he has to answer for. But by him being the president, he could squash it for a minute. But Donald Trump got evidence on Hillary Clinton, he got evidence on Hillary Clinton and the Biden administration. The Biden administration, they had, some little evidence on Donald Trump, but it wasn't really criminating, But both of them is crooks, man. Both of them, are our oppressor. The whole system is crooked. And y'all not comprehending that it's crooked. It got crooked. I mean, really crooked. It's been crooked all along. But when the Federal Reserve bought out the Congress, confiscated all the gold, and started printing up dollars, all of a sudden you're in trillions and trillions of dollars worth of debt. They've been having wars ever since. And the Federal Reserve run the government. And the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, when you go into my past videos, I bring out all of this. So I'm not gonna go over it right now. Because we won't have long, I say maybe about 7 or 8 more days before they had an election. And after they had this election, the war's gonna escalate. No matter who wins the presidency, the war is going to escalate. It's going to spread. See, America think they got superior weapons. So they want to nuke up all over that way. They want to conquer Africa because of the resources. And they already got military bases all over there. And Russia is helping Iran and a whole lot of those Arab nations. They bought out Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabia, they kind of punks anyway. And they bought off parts of Africa, and some brothers sold out in Africa. Just like it's a whole lot of brothers selling out here. And that's one of them. He don't never talk about America being crooks. Now he say, I'm doing y'all a favor. I'm bringing out all the black crooks. But now you got to say to yourself, now the black crooks, they ain't never lynched us on a tree. They just con men. They just, hustlers. That's all. Ain't nobody twisting your arm telling you to get with them brothers. You just so gullible that you just get with them. When you see a sucker, bump his head. So ever since I've been on air, on these airwaves, I've been telling y'all, don't be a sucker and give up your money. Keep your money in your pocket. If you're going to be charitable, help your family, help yourself. Charity begins at home anyway. But you got a whole lot of these dudes, ain't got nothing better to do with their money but make them rich. So that's why I don't charge. I don't even mention money, man. Only thing I say, truth should be told and not sold. You see? But they want me to, bow down to them, so they'll kick me off the air, for 90 days. Now they kicked me off the air this last time from a video I made 2 or 3 years ago, talking about the Jews. And they kicked me off for 90 days, man. Now I got some more videos talking about the Jews that they didn't say nothing about. They saving them. But I know why they really kicked me off the air, because the election 3 months ago, the election was heating up. Now we close to it. Now, they still might try to off Trump, if they think he's going to win. They don't want Trump to win, because if Trump wins, he might put Biden in jail because he got evidence. That's why they was raiding his house for those files. They want to find the evidence. They might have got it. If he wasn't smart to hide them, hide the evidence, but they raided his house because he had, when they raided Biden's house, they found some evidence, but he had it squashed. He had what they found squashed. He know that black people don't watch the same kind of news that the white people watch. So he put up P. Diddy, to distract you. R. Kelly to distract you. While y'all was tripping over R. Kelly and P. Diddy, they was committing all kind of humanity crimes. Y'all don't care about that, though. Y'all care about P. Diddy, man. Y'all don't care about... Now, Arabs come over here. You know why they come over here? Because they don't want to follow the laws of Islam. The Arabs that come over here practice the same kind of evil that the European white man practice. In Islam, you don't supposed to charge interest. When you borrow money, they don't charge you no interest. In the Bible, it say don't charge usury. Now, usury is the same thing as interest. You see, they don't tell you that part of the Bible. They also don't tell you about in the Bible where it say man is not to lay with another man and woman is not to lay with another woman. Homosexuality is forbidden. If you get caught doing that, the penalty is death. Now, this is God telling you that, for those of you who believe in God. But if you don't believe in God, you might be one of those that lay with You might be a freak of the week or something, you know, freaking with dogs or each other or something like that. And they got it so you can't say that about the homosexuals. They say you gay bashing. So that tell you right there the government is and Obama the one that passed that policy that two men can marry each other. You know, y'all pledge allegiance to the flag before y'all pledge allegiance to God, or either right. If you don't want to say God, what about righteousness and morality and integrity? Y'all don't pledge allegiance to that. Y'all pledge allegiance to the flag that put your ancestors enslaved, lynched them on trees. They're probably still doing it, but they ain't gonna let you know in these political days. Last of the political days, they used to, every time a black man get shot by the police, that made news. I bet you they still shooting them. But they don't want you to know that right now because they want to see how many suckers, black suckers it is. That's all they want to see, how many they still got under control. Now the Arabs, they ain't gonna vote over here in Detroit, up in Dearborn, Michigan. They're not gonna vote. They holding their votes. Now Detroit is 77% black. We had our ride. We had what they call a ride back in '67. They said ours was the most deadliest because we wasn't playing, man. I could get into that another day, but I mentioned all this back in my previous videos. I tell you the whole story that they don't want to tell you. You know, we ran them out of Detroit, man. They just not coming back. Now the ones that's coming back, they was living in Florida, living in California. California all burnt up. Florida, you know, tore up. You know. So they coming back here. They was absent from up here. That's where they went. Went to California and Florida. That's why they sent Berry Gordy out there. Berry Gordy had a brand new building he had hooked up. It's going to be a Motown building. Before they got in it, they told him, the gangsters told him, they said, go to California. They took Berry Gordy over a long time ago. Broke his arms and stuff. Took over his business. That's how they do you. That's all they doing now. When they invade another country and bomb another country, they committing extortion. Like the old gangsters do. Like you run a store and they want a piece of your action. So they sent 2 guerrillas into your store, 2 henchmen in your store, and tell you, we want, just like they're doing on Tulsa King. The same thing, Tulsa King, y'all will ever see that Sylvester Stallone, Tulsa King, and they sent him to this little town, Tulsa, told him to take over. And he went, first joint he went to was a weed joint. Told the dude, I want half your business. Well, they do countries like that. They go take a country up in Africa where you know, they don't have modern convenience, but they might be having some gold or something up there, a gold mine, a diamond mine up there. They go up there and say, we're gonna take over this section of your land right here. We want to make an offer you can't refuse. You know, and they set an example. They might, you know, jack up a couple of them. You see what I'm saying? So they play that same game over and over and over again. They do it to us here. And remember Black Wall Street? You know, Black Wall Street was booming, man. And they went in there and bombed it all up, you know. If they want, if a brother like Diddy, you know, they induct him into their circle, And he got to do what they do. And they give him some big money. But then if they get tired of him, they'll frame him up, you know, and they might off him. You never know. Well, that's why, you know, Tupac, because Tupac was starting a movement. Nipsey Hussle, he was getting ready to start a movement. Michael, he peeped their whole card, Michael Jackson, and he started revealing, you know, what they were about, and they offed him. And who else? Prince. You know, Prince got hip to him, and they offed him. Whitney Houston probably had some stuff on, and they offed her. You know, because that I was in the entertainment world, and I know that when brothers say Illuminati is real up in there, they ain't lying. I'm a first-hand witness to that. You see? I'm not lying to you. That's a dangerous business to get into. And we can go on and on and on. So they got a plan waiting on you, though. They say the United States is falling, crumbling. Yeah, but the United States have been over with. You know, it's the greater America. That's the new name for it. The imperialists. And they getting ready to put you into dictatorship. Well, you've been in a dictatorship, but it was sneaky. Because that's all democracy means, is dictatorship. See, this country was originally supposed to be a republic, you know, and they was getting away from England because they was paying taxes. And England, you know, they want a piece of the action, you know, because the 13 colonies knew they had a gold mine over here. And then they had slaves too. You know what I'm saying? They had slaves, they had raw material, silver, gold, oil, little oil and everything. And so Britain knew this. And so the 13 colonies, they wanted to separate. So they was paying taxes out there. You know what I'm saying? They was paying taxes. So they said, we don't want to pay taxes no more. So they started a little revolutionary war. And they was winning for a minute. But the British, the Rothschilds came in on their ass. And they started a banking system. And that's when it all started. But Andrew Jackson, you know, he was a Texan. He was one of the Southerners. See, that was what the fight was all about. The Civil War was all about the Northern whitey and the Southern whitey had two different systems. The Northern whitey wanted to industrialize, but he was going to mentally put us in enslavement, and financially put us in enslavement. But the Southern whitey, you know, they was like, no, we want the old-fashioned way. We just gonna whoop them niggas. We gonna whoop them niggas' ass, and they gonna do like we tell them to do, and they gonna pick their cotton until we tell them to stop. And so that's what that was all about. And the Rothschilds was financing both sides. They was financing the Northern, and they was financing the Southerners. You see, y'all could look this up, you know, if y'all interested. See, y'all don't want to know this kind of information, you know, and then y'all don't know how to research. There's a certain way you got to research. You got to cross. I mean, you can't just take the first author's word for it. Now you got to research the author. You got to research his background, find out what type of person he is, and then how he leaning. You might want to know, see, hate black people, just like King James version of the Bible. Now, God didn't write that book. And it tell you that. It's King James version. That means he rewrote it. King James. You got to research King James. You got to research, was King James, what type of fellow he was. Now, when he rewrote the Bible, he had slaves. He was over here. They got a town named after him, a city named after him, Jamestown. And he had slaves. Not only that, he was homosexual. I bet y'all, half of y'all probably know it, some of y'all didn't. I don't know. But the thing about it is, when you find out this information, there are those among us that will listen to you, especially if you could go into the books and substantiate what you say to them as true, being true. And they got King James all in the history book, different versions. You know what I'm saying? So we are being programmed. So now what I want to say about Tahaka Bay. And Tahaka Bay, I always did think that he was an agent. He's very intelligent. And he has, I took up media science when I was going to school, college. I took up media science, mass media, and I studied all the tricks. They got gatekeepers, the CIA and all them. Run any kind of media you want, they run it. YouTube, cyberspace, they run it. That's how they steal your money. See, they want all the money to be digital. Now, you'd be a fool to have all your money digital when all you got to do is pull the plug. You go to the computer and pull the plug, it's over. Or short circuit the system. All your money, all your Bitcoins on the computer. But y'all think everything they come up with a new technology, y'all be, oh man, this is hip. Y'all be tripping over that, man. What do they think of next? And the old stuff, man, y'all, that's old, man. I don't want to deal with that. Just like I was telling this young brother, I say, look, man, like his woman, she know how to go in a cell phone, and he called himself a racist, but she know how to bring it up. He called himself deleting some of that information, but some people are computer savvy, they genius. And she could pull it up, and she pulled up a whole lot of stuff, pictures and everything. Pictures, the whole thing, man. So I was telling her, blood, I say, man, when I was coming up, man, we ain't had no cell phone, man. but we still had game, man. Matter of fact, we got more game than y'all. You know, 'cause y'all can't remember a number sometimes. You know, unless it's on the smartphone. But we had to put all that in our head, man. You know. Now, when we go to sleep at night, we get too high, we might call out the chick's name, and our chick laying side on the other side, she might say, "What? Who?" You know. But if you keep your cool, stay sober, that might not happen, you know. So y'all young brothers, man, y'all can learn some game from us old brothers. You know, y'all don't want that though. Just like they were talking about Joe Biden is too old. Joe Biden playing, man. Now he be high. They be sedating him, man, giving him tranquilizers and stuff like that. He might be high. But he done made millions of dollars off being president. But see, that's why when Trump get to be president, he might arrest him. They was trying to do that to Trump, but it ain't working, you know. So I say, man, let them kill each other off, man. But y'all get attached to them whiteys, man. After they did all that to your forefathers, and y'all be in love with them, man. Some of y'all don't even want to be around your own kind. Y'all I don't want to be with them niggas, them ghetto niggas, you know. So it's time for y'all to wake up, man, before it's too late. Now, tomorrow, I'm not going to be on here too long because I got some things to do. I just wanted to let you know I'm back. They might not let me come back. They might tell me I'll try to get on tomorrow, and they might say, "Oh, man, you're talking too much." They go by how many views. Now, they don't have to really show how many views I get. But y'all call it shadow banning or something like that. I'm not, like I'm an old school brother. I'm not up on every terminology that y'all use. But they could control this when they want to. They could let you see it, or they don't want you to see it. If they don't want you to think I got influence, like Taco Bay, sometimes I heard him say, like, some of y'all brothers talk about me, but I don't even bother with y'all because y'all ain't got no numbers. And some of them might be the ones that the community, YouTube community, y'all might be a member of the YouTube community. Y'all might be the ones that set the guidelines and can change policies whenever y'all want to, change the rules whenever y'all want to. You might be the CIA. See, if you're the CIA, you can do that. So if a brother, might be an agent, or he just might be a con man. So you get a brother like Umar. I'm trying to think his African name. He got an African name now. The Umar Johnson, the one with the school. And then he ain't got busted yet. He must be an agent. You know what I mean? Yeah, he done beat them people out the money, man, millions and millions of dollars. So if that's all it's about. Taco Bay, I'm not going to even get into Noble Ali up against Allah and the person Master Farah Muhammad. Because Allah and the person Master Farah Muhammad, it's in writing that he said Noble Ali was a good brother. He said that Marcus Garvey was a good brother. They were the forerunners of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So why is Tahaka Bay trying to throw shade on Master Farad Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? They've been trying to shut him down because he had the most successful program it was. It ain't like that now, you know. But you never could tell when it's gonna bounce back. It's all up to Allah. But we need somebody like myself to point out, to watch Tahaka Bay. Now tomorrow we're gonna get into Pacifics. So like, share, subscribe. But before I go, just in case I might not come back tomorrow, I want to warn you that if y'all don't start trying to protect yourself, it's not going to be no more paper dollars. You're going to have to get a smart card, and they can control everything through that smart card. They're going to bring back these deadly viruses, put them in the school. The children going to bring them home. They're going to say, you got the it's mandatory that you take the jab. If you don't take it, we're going to put you in a camp. And you got to think about all those migrants, what that's about. So you got to start organizing, man. Organizing your block, organizing your church, because your preacher ain't going to tell you. But do your research, man. And you'll see that this has a potential of turning into just what I'm saying, a big ass concentration camp with martial law. They doing that over in the Gaza right now. They're getting ready to put those Palestinians, the one that's left, gonna be in concentration camp. They setting the camp up right now. But I don't know who gonna win. Who gonna win the war? There's nothing done without the permission of Allah. And before you go, I want to say this: my word is my bond. I will give my life before my word shall fail. I am an FOI soldier in the nation of Islam. My duty is to unite my people, black people, and to protect the women and children of my nation. I will perform my duty faithfully, regardless to whom or what. My life and my death are all for Allah, and I will be loyal and obedient to the supreme being, Allah, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Try to get righteous. Try to get over 50% righteous. Because if you're 50% righteous, you're on the fence. At least try to get 55%. Have integrity. Because we're here to improve ourselves. You're on this planet to improve yourself and to make this planet a better place to live. We're not here to destroy ourselves. That's why you don't supposed to be drinking and smoking and fornicating. We're here to improve ourselves, self-improvement. We're here to improve our environment, not to destroy our environment. That's why he put us, and is everything is like here for our convenience. You can go and pick fruit off a tree. You can go and pull up some vegetation out the ground and eat it, you know. So why destroy that? I'm Black Light. Assalamu alaikum.